Who are you creating content for? Is it for yourself, or are you trying to target everybody? Because that's the fastest way to target nobody. In this clip, we're going to expand on a previous video I've made about the two different types of fan bases, X's and O's. And we're going to really explore how you can create content that satisfies your audience. Whether you are a rapper, producer, singer, DJ, or any type of creative musician, this is exactly the video you need to watch. So back in university, my American football coaches, they were always telling me about X's and O's. So X's are your team, and they draw up all these strategic diagrams. So X's are actually other artists make the similar music as you. And then O's are the opposing team. So your fans, you don't know them, but you have to overcome them and eventually become friends with them, shake hands like gentlemen at the end of the game. So I realized that's a metaphor for life, but then you can break down the X's clump and the O's clump into loads more different segments, and that's exactly the focus of this video here. These slides are taken from my upcoming ebook, The 3 C's, which stands for Content, Captions, and Confidence. I'm gonna try and put this out on my 30th birthday this month. So let's dive into it. So let's start with the first category, X's, other musicians, and break that down into two different categories. You've got the musicians you already know and you're good friends with, and you've got the musicians that you follow but you've never actually engaged with. And just because you're connected by I follow you, you follow me, doesn't mean they watch your content, doesn't mean they pay attention to what you're doing. So you need to craft relationships with them. So let's break that down again. Your musician friends category, you then want to target their followers. So if you have a good friend making R&B music, you then want to make sure all of their fans hear your music. But on the flip side, you've got artists you follow but have never talked to. What about all the artists you don't follow? So there are thousands of artists who make similar music to you do that you've not yet connected with, and that's a huge opportunity that you can create content for them to bring them into your funnel. Let's move over to the next category. You've got O's, which are the fans. And you've got two different categories here once again. You've got your super fans and you've got your existing fans who have forgotten about you. So you might have had an audience back in the day when you did a hit single, when you did a particular project, even when you did covers on YouTube, but you haven't spoken to those fans in a long time. You've got to reactivate them. So once again, you've got to create specific content for your super fans and specific content for your dormant fans. But let's break it down another level again. You then have people with similar tastes to your super fans who you've never connected with. So people who have the same characteristics as your core audience. And when you're creating content for them, you're creating content for your core audience, you can be attracting new super fans. But you have fans who have never heard of you, and you can create content for all of these different buckets. And wouldn't you just love to reach into this untapped potential of your fan base, right? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to start creating content, a once a week video that is non-negotiable. I look at my guy Joe Rock. He's an incredible artist, he's a rapper from New York City, and he made a pact to himself that for his Merc Mondays freestyle, he would never miss a week. So he's constantly reaching out to new rappers, he's constantly getting new beats in, he's constantly writing, and he's creating content that's just building his fan base organically. So for an artist like Joe Rock, I really recommend content ideas. So beyond that once a week freestyle, here's some thoughts. You could create a featuring verse onto a friend's song or someone's hit song. And there's a concept on TikTok that goes, if I had a verse on. So you take someone else's instrumental and you add your own lyrics. That's amazing. The next one is to do tutorials, tips, and tricks for production, DJing, vocal warm-up, freestyle writing, and more. Because you're creating content for your other X's and you're gonna show them how you rap, how you produce, and they're gonna find affinity with that type of content. You could also start a live stream and friends. If you're trying to target other artists' fan bases, you bring them onto a live with you and you either harmonize together, you do some content together, and you build an IG live so you're gonna sponge their fan base into your fan base. Or you can poke some fun at some of the pain points that musicians face when the software crashes or when you export and it fails, and all the most troubling things that happen as an artist. These are all bits of content that you can create easily that inspires other musicians. It's not for the fans, this is purely for other musicians. And for your super fans, you can create timeless classics or covers or like revive samples that have made it into modern music and trace it back to the origins of your genre. So you can show someone how much you know about R&B by revisiting the past and proving that in the present. Recently, the DJ made a crazy video about showing all the Arab songs that have inspired Timbaland beats, and there was a big debate sparked online about it, and this DJ massively grew her fan base. You could be doing acoustic or a cappella performances of your own songs before you release them. So in advance of your single going live on DSPs, you can make an acoustic version of your track that's really gonna hone into your fan base. Could be your dormant fans. If you used to make covers on YouTube, then you stopped. You're gonna reactivate them by revisiting an old thing you used to do, or you're gonna attract new super fans similar to the super fans and the core audience you already have by showing your content in a different light. You could perform a trending song and then remix the production with new lyrics. So if something is going viral on TikTok, you can add your own flair to that and show something on a topic that's so well watched at the moment that you're gonna catapult your fan base. Or you can explain the lyrics of a song like Genius.com did when you sit on a blank wall and then you actually decode what you meant when you said these words in your particular song, and you edit it up into lots of different pieces of content. This is exactly what you guys need to do. If you're struggling to find your core fan base, you need to break it down into your X's and O's. Break that down into who you have existing and break that down again into who you want to have in the future. And I really, from the bottom of my heart, hope this video helps you. This is exactly where I want to hone in on this year through my ebook, which is coming out on the 24th of February, fingers crossed, my 30th birthday. We're gonna go for it. We've got 20 something days to go and there's a lot to do, but I'm gonna push myself to get there. I've been hyping about this for 2 years. Every single time I make a new iteration of the book and we level up. So 24th of February, mark that date in your calendars. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all staying to the very end of this video. Much love. Let me know how you found this video in the comments below. I'll see you a lot later.